this is Shelley Ungerank from Heartland Realty. Thanks for tuning in to the episode number 3. I really appreciate all the people that are watching these videos and all the feedback that I'm getting. And I encourage everyone to send me some questions or some feedback, and I'll try to get to those as quickly as I can. Keep in mind, I do work a full-time job as an agent, so it may not be on the spot quick, but I'll do the best I can. But this video, we're going to talk a little bit about listing your house and what's important for you to do to get your house ready to list. So I'll try to give you kind of a quick rundown. There might be other things that we'll talk about if I actually came to your house to list it. Well, according to your, we could individualize it a little more for your particular home and your setting. But these are some things that I think that are important, that you can kind of do on your own. So the first thing you definitely want to do is declutter. Get everything personal, kind of off the walls, make the house not so personal at all, declutter. If you have nowhere to go, let's just say you don't want to rent a storage unit. I've had people say, what am I going to do with all this stuff? One thing I always tell people is if you have to clutter one space, one bedroom, or, one room in your house to kind of make that the place to go, start getting some boxes and some tubs, and getting everything at least in one room's kind of stacked up against the walls and stacked up as neat as possible so that the other rooms are not cluttered. I mean, you don't want to have the whole house cluttered, but if you got to, box that stuff up and get it into just one room, I think people that are looking at your house can understand that you're moving and that there might be one room that's kind of cluttered. But anything that you're not moving that you can get rid of, do that, have your yard sale or, give it away to Goodwill, whatever it is that you're going to do. And then start getting the things that you are taking with you in some kind of order, and get the house decluttered as much as possible. Get all your valuables. When people are coming to your house to view your house, to buy it, you don't want your firearms out or your expensive jewelry, anything of value that you don't want in plain sight. Make sure you find, you get those to a secure location before we start showing your house. This may seem obvious, but a deep cleaning is really helpful. You need to clean we hope that you're clean and neat anyway, but a real deep cleaning can really help with the presentability of your house, and really be an important thing to do to kind of just spruce it up a little bit. If you're going to do any painting, do all the walls if you can in neutral colors. You want a lot of natural light in the house, so get rid of any, if you have any drapes that make rooms darker or anything that darkens the room, try to get rid of that and let the light come in. Think of it like, this house now looks like your house, and that's great because you love it and you live there, but you're now trying to sell that house to someone else, and you want them to see a clean slate when they come into your house. You want them to walk in and start thinking of what they can do and the ideas they have, not so much be looking at what you've already done. So you want to give them a clean slate of neutral colors. If you have any minor repairs that need to be done, do those now. Make sure all the light bulbs work. Believe it or not, that's kind of an important thing so people can really look at things. So anything that you have to do, if you have a closet door that's off track, we're talking, do all the minor things, because all of those things let the potential buyer know that you're doing your maintenance, that you care about this house, that you love this house, and that you're going to do what you can even if you are on a tight budget. So it's really important, because I will tell you the next phase of this is going to be, we'll talk in one of my other videos about inspections. And when you get an inspection notice and people ask you to do things, and some of these things you'll think, well, that's no big deal, that's no big deal, why? But to a buyer it might be a big deal, and if it's not a big deal, do it yourself before we list the house. That's the best advice I can give you. Do it yourself. Make sure that the outside has some good curb appeal. Get your landscaping done, especially if it's in the springtime. Keep the grass mowed, and make sure that because a lot of potential buyers are going to do some drive-bys, so do what you can to make the outside look as appealing as possible. If you're going to spend money, I mean, whether that's up to you, how much money you want to spend. And that might be something you want to discuss with your agent as to, if they think that's going to benefit you at the end. But if you're going to spend money, do it in the kitchens and in the bathrooms. Those are the rooms that I think people focus on the most. No one wants a kitchen that is too small and too cluttery. So any furniture you can get out, do that. And if you are going to do any updates, I would say do them in those two rooms. So those are just a few tips that can help you, and always refer to your agent for elaboration on any of those tips. And hopefully this has been helpful. Thank you for tuning in.